there's small little things that you can do to a whiskey sour without a lot of infusions. You're just changing a few elements, and then you've got a really, really interesting cocktail. And this hopefully inspires you to create your own version of this. So this is called the Moro Sour. Moro is a type of blood orange. And blood oranges obviously are red. There's a reason for that. They typically grow in areas where the temperatures are pretty cold at night, which causes that pigmentation in the orange that makes it so red. And what I love about this is I'm using like all these shades of red, you know, and it's really, really cool. So I want to show it to you. And what we're doing is we're taking red wine, bourbon, blood orange. I'm going to use maple syrup as the sugar source because it has a really like just intense caramely flavor, and then lemon juice. Okay, so we're going to build this as a sour, and we're going to use egg whites as well. So everything takes 1 ounce except the lemon and the maple syrup. So we're going to do 1 ounce. This is a bourbon. This is called Blue Run Bourbon. I love it. It's another thing too is because we're going to cut it down. We're going to do 1 ounce red wine, 1 ounce bourbon. It's nice to use a bourbon that has a really cool flavor and richness, but also has a good amount of proof to it. I believe this is 56% alcohol, so it's perfect, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 ounce of the bourbon, and we're going to do 1 ounce of red wine. Any red wine is fine. You know, what's kind of nice about this is, you know, what I always like doing is if you're someone who drink wine but you don't drink the whole bottle at the sitting, or one person has a white in your family, one person has a red, you're always going to have something left over. It's great to use for cocktails. We're going to do 1 ounce of the red wine. Now, typically a New York sour is a whiskey sour where they pour red wine on top. So that's kind of where I initially got the idea. But I thought, you know what, why don't we just put it in there and mix it? And then also using 1 ounce of blood orange juice because I love the richness of that. Not too sweet and it's not too sour. So it becomes, but now we've got this really rich color. We're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice. And then 3/4 ounce of maple syrup. So this becomes the sweetener. What I love about maple syrup, it's the right viscosity and kind of dilution that you don't have to make a syrup with it. It's perfect. It's not going to stick to your jigger. You're going to be able to make it consistent every time. And it's already got a sweetness to it, right? And has more caramel notes and richness. And then we're going to this is a sour, so we're going to get a couple eggs. Now you can use the whole egg. Okay, it's nice to get pasteurized egg whites. Which are very easy. You know, you just put 1 ounce of pasteurized egg whites. But everybody has eggs at home for the most part. So it's really, really simple to just get the whites in there. Just make sure the yolk doesn't go in there. And it's a good amount of white that comes out of every egg, as you can see. See, look how much that is. So that's going to be really great for the froth and emulsifying it. And we'll do something what's called a dry shake, which is when you shake it without ice first. Get it really frothy. You can see, you can literally see how frothy that is, right? So that's what you're trying to do. And then you add the ice. So you'll put the ice in, and then you'll shake it again. Ah, look at that, I just love it. What I love about this, it's just all these shades. This really should be called 50 Shades of Red because I think it's got pink, it's got light pink, it's got burgundy, reds, all that. And then what I love to do to stay into that theme is put this flowering basil, cinnamon Thai basil on top. And then if I can find a few of the flowers are so magnificent to put in the center. So we kind of put that around. I'm not going to put any bitters on top, but that's what I'm going to do. And there you go. You've got the 50 Shades of Red, which I just love looking at all the different redness in this. It's one of those cold drinks that's super warming. And I'm going to leave you at that, because that is, to me, such an amazing thing, because it's just so warming. This is what I would want near a fireplace. Cheers.